Happy Sunday. Happy supernatural Sunday to you, beautiful people in my phone. Welcome to Car Conversations, where we talk all things faith, freedom, and football. I'm still up here. I don't know if you're still up here, if your team won yesterday, but I'm riding that wave. It's a beautiful day. It's a crisp, but not too crisp, beautifully sunny day. Probably upper 50s as I am on my way to church, a little behind schedule today. That 1 hour. So we got to fall back. And I don't know that I do well getting extra time, because then you think you have more time and you start doing more things, and then you're even later than normal. So unfortunately, that's me this morning, I must admit. But all is well. We're in the car and we're on the way. I still have not had a chance to rewatch our game last night. So that's coming today, hopefully after church, before my Cowboys play at 4:30. In between, I'll be able to rewatch some film. But what I forgot to say last night, this is what I know that I forgot to mention last night. Number one was Jam Miller. It's so funny when I was trying to decide what to wear last night. I almost wore my 26 jersey. I almost wore my 17 jersey. And I didn't wear either of them. And both of those dudes balled out. I was so glad to see Jam Miller in the game. I just want to say he is one of my favorite freshmen. Caleb Downs is my other favorite freshman, hands down. How could he not be? Two is balling all the way out. Two had, I think the stat was something like 13 tackles last night. Like, Two is a true freshman. And to hear Coach Saban get up in a presser, I mean, he's been talking about Caleb Downs all season. But to hear him say repeatedly how mature that young man is, that's what I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to sit back and grab a bag of popcorn and for real watch this young man put on a show for the next 3 years. Y'all. But anyway, that's Caleb Downs. 26, Jam Miller. He's got to be my favorite running back. Now, I love Jace. No shade to Roydell. Love all these guys. The running back room is deep. The other is Justice Hayes. I love Hayes. I love him as well. And I didn't see him now, again, I didn't rewatch it yet. I don't know if he played last night. But to see 26 get the ball and do some things, I was like, okay. I love it. I'm liking it. Kobe Prentice. 6. Kobe Prentice. He was getting action. K-Law. I said K-Law, but I forgot to mention him on the kickoff returns. K-Law was at it. Did we only have one punt? I saw Kool-Aid catch one punt return, and I was very glad that he caught it. Kool-Aid, I'm proud of you. I just want to say that. I'm proud of you, Kool-Aid. You're hanging in there, and you are shutting them down. They don't even want to throw your way anymore. Kool-Aid. So, my hat's off to you for that. But K-Law, Kobe Prentice, who else? Isaiah Bond. True freshmen, y'all. I mean, not freshmen. I'm sorry. They're sophomores. They're only sophomores. And this is the scary part. And this is also what I wanted to say about, she looked like she got an Alabama shirt on next to me in the car next to me. Y'all know I be low-key stalking the Alabama A. I live in Georgia. So, this is what I wanted to say. Apparently, and I watched the post-game presser, and I watched, there are a couple of different shows I like to watch to break down immediately after the game. I did not realize this because I don't pay a lot of attention to this, but apparently the hate is on another level right now toward our team. And y'all, I don't do hate. I don't do negative energy. I don't want it in my space. I don't want to be around it. I'm going to wish you well. God bless you. Good night. I just keep it moving, right? But apparently, folks in their feelings about the way Alabama is starting to develop. Because, see, it's November. I said that pregame yesterday, and look how true it's ringing right now. We in November. They remember what you did in November. And that is where we are living. And I feel like Alabama is developing, and we are watching one of the most brilliant coaching seasons from the GOAT. Like, it's just clear to look at where we started and where we are battling LSU. Y'all, LSU, I cannot say enough about that team. All those dudes about to go first round. They're about to be first rounders in the league. That offense is absolutely legit. And we had no answer for Jayden Daniels the first half. Shout out to Kevin Steele, because Kevin Steele made some adjustments in the second half. And what he did worked. So shout out to our defensive coordinator. That old school Kevin Steele defense mentality that he has brought with the same players. No shade to Pete Golden. It is what it is. The stats don't lie. The same players that Pete Golden had. That's all I'm going to say about that. Malachi Moore had himself a game, and I loved the celebration afterwards. Woo! Malachi Moore had a game. Y'all, I'm loving what I'm seeing. So the hate is real because everybody is watching what we're watching. Y'all see it. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees that we are peaking at the right time. We're going to, one game at a time. We do know that. One game at a time. But the potential, and we are seeing more and more, like this was almost 4 quarters of solid football. We had some mistakes here and there, and I mean, Jayden Daniels is Jayden Daniels. They've been blowing up. They've been hanging 40 and 50 on folks left and right, and they scored only 28 on us. And that's still a lot of points to me. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, no, they got the number 1 offense in the country. That kid is a star. I mean, he is a star. So the adjustments were made. And I'm just like, y'all, we are developing. We are putting it into play. Caden Proctor, shout out to the O-line. Y'all know we started this season talking about that left side, talking about Caden Proctor, talking about the O-line, what's the issues with the snaps, what's happening, pre-snap penalties. We just had O-line issues galore. Y'all, I think there was 1 sack I know of in the game. I didn't see, maybe there were 2, and then one of them, I think it was from Jalen holding on, but y'all, the O-line, they did the thing last night. They did the thing, and Jalen running that ball, I literally felt the liberation for Jaden. You want to talk about Jalen. I have a Jaden. Jalen. I felt the liberation for him. I literally feel like the shackles were taken off. He was unlocked and unleashed. And he was able to just play. He looked for the read. If it wasn't there, he took off running. He is an athlete. Second fastest player on the team. He knows how to get in the end zone. 4 rushing touchdowns. I love what I'm seeing. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving that young man in particular, because I always watch his pressers. Y'all know that's part of what I do, car coaching, communications, and consulting, to work with student athletes. And I'm always watching the pressers, and the way he is handling himself, his relationship with the media, you can just tell. I mean, they love him. He likes them. It's mutually respectful. And he has great comments after it, but he's just developing, y'all. These are young people, and I love to see the development, the growth and development of young people applying what it is that they're learning, y'all. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. It's education that's happening right before our eyes, outside of the classroom, real life, real time, with these real young people. And his leadership skills are growing. I mean, they really are growing quickly. They really, really are. And it's such a beautiful thing to see. I watched Seth McLaughlin. I cannot say that last name, apparently. Seth, the center. I saw his post game yesterday, and I don't normally see him do a post game, but that man loves Jalen. You could tell this team loves Jalen. You can tell that they have rallied around him 1,000%, and that's their guy. You could just see the brotherhood, y'all, and that's what winning is all about. That's what winning is all about. That's what championship teams have. They have that brotherhood. They have that sisterhood. They have that bond that cannot be broken. And they have fun. And these guys look like they have fun playing together. Enters in the hate, because y'all see it. Everybody sees it. This team can go far. And they're super young. And so most of them will be back next year. So I think that's where the hate's coming from. Everybody sees it, and it's more of a fear. It's more of a fear. Yeah. Because everybody thought it was over. They thought the dynasty was over. They thought we were dead and gone. Gone, long gone. That's what they thought. They thought Coach was so old he needed to be retiring. Even some Alabama fans at the start of the season, after that Texas loss. Which Texas struggled immensely with Kansas State. Unranked Kansas State yesterday. So, I mean, we just got to keep winning out. It'll all work itself out with all the teams that have to play each other. And next year, the playoff committee, it'll be an 8 game. Is it 8 or 12? It's too many. It's probably 12 next year. Is it a 12-team playoff next year? That's too long, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I just wanted to come on and just say, I'm proud of my guys. I'm proud of my team. LSU is a heck of a football team. The SEC, good Lord. Oklahoma lost in Bedlam. But Oklahoma and Texas coming over to the SEC. It's a powerhouse of a conference. Anyway, y'all have an amazing day. It's beautiful. My Cowboys play at 4:30. Big NFC East division rivalry. Gotta put on my jersey for that one later. It's gonna be an outstanding day. I already know it already is, because you woke up this morning. So stay winning, y'all, and stay free. Love y'all.